Hey everyone, PushingUpRoses here and welcome back to my art channel. So today I'm going to be doing an infinity pour. This will require 2 cups as I am haphazardly modeling for you in the video. Apparently I don't know how to place my cups. Took like 500 years. Consistency of my paint is somewhat thick, but for the infinity pour it doesn't need to be as thick as, let's say, a ring pour. So I'm going to be layering 2 cups for this infinity pour, and I think this was done by Mixed Media Girl first. I think she's the one that started the infinity pour or made it popular, and I wanted to do one on a much larger canvas. So in my cup we started with white on both ends, and then in the green cup I have, what is that color? What the hell is that color? Oh, it's Aqua Green, Phthalo Green, and then the lightest color is lime, and then the last green I put in there was light green, all Liquitex basics. So the colors will be in the description. So now I have a purpley pink cup. We start with Dioxazine Purple, Quinacrodone Magenta, and then I put in a very light pink, and I just made the light pink. I don't like the light pinks that Liquitex has to offer, so I think I just mixed maybe the magenta and the white to get that color. And then I just rinse and repeat until they're pretty even. This is a 20 by 20 canvas. I hadn't seen an infinity pour done on such a large canvas, gallery wrapped, so I was pretty nervous. I didn't want to mess it up. But I do find that these types of pours are great if you want to use colors you wouldn't normally mix without getting it muddied up. Because you don't want to mix green and pink necessarily. You don't want to layer those in the same cup because you could get brown. It's super easy to get brown, my friends. So in this pour, and I can tell I'm so nervous. I'm just like, ooh, what's my move? Let's just slowly pour it out. There you go. So it's kind of an infinity shape. I think it's more of a figure 8 because infinity is a little different, but I can see why you would call it that. And I'm just kind of going at it. It actually takes a lot of coordination to do this. And now looking back, I like what's going on the bottom near me, but I think I could have stood to go even a little crazier, like really spin it out, you know, really go quick with the pour, because the whole point is you're getting a lot of interesting lines, a lot of ribbons. Your colors aren't going to mix as much because they're layered. They're not layered in the same cup, so it's just easier to do it this way and not get a bunch of mud. So now I'm just putting some extra paint. I'm doing some extra ribbons where I think I need it. There was a lot of pink on one side, so I added a green ribbon. You know, there's a lot of green on the other side, so I added a purple ribbon. Now I'm just going ahead and using up the rest of my paint, making sure there's enough paint on my canvas for the tilt. This is a very big canvas, so I am going to be using paint all around it as well. Oh, did you see that little move there? Decided to put a lime green ribbon right there. Pretty happy about that, actually. It looks really good. And now I'm just using the rest of my white to put around the canvas just so I have enough paint. If I didn't do this, I don't think I would actually be able to tilt all of it without losing the shapes. Because if you over tilt, if you don't have enough paint and you're over tilting, you lose your composition, you lose your shapes. It's really not fun, it's really not cute. Don't recommend doing that. I recommend you use more than enough paint and then do your tilt. Yes, some of the paint will be wasted. You can actually use a lot of the runoff for things like projects, collages, jewelry. I recommend using them in collage paintings because you can use way more dried runoff. I've got my silicone mat below, so that's catching any of the runoff there. And now I'm just kind of starting to go in a circle. I don't know why I'm doing a circle for the infinity pour. I just wanted to try something different, I guess. Ugh, something in my paint. How dare. Probably the Floetrol's fault. And yes, all my paint is mixed with Floetrol. With the Liquitex basics, I usually go 1.5. 1.5 parts pouring medium, which is Floetrol in my case, to 1 part paint. So yeah, I'm liking how this is looking. Something I really like about the infinity pour is you do get these crisscrossing lines. And it looks so chaotic and so beautiful. And with the right colors, it's just gorgeous. If you're using colors that really go together nicely. I think purples and pinks and greens go together nicely. Looking back, I think I would take out the light green because that's giving me more floral than I really wanted. It's still okay. I mean, it still matches really well. But it's a little more floral than I would have wanted. I also wanted more kind of fine lines, more webbing that you would get, and you would get that if you just went faster with your infinity pour. Just think about like flinging it everywhere. Like you see that corner there? I don't know if you can see it from here, but in the corner where all that purple is, there is this beautiful green webbing, and that came from going really fast. So I'm liking how this is turning out. I did notice during the tilt that I thought maybe there was too much white. And I wasn't getting a lot of cells popping up. You get some if you use Floetrol, but I didn't use any metallics, I didn't use any silicone, so you do tend to get less. This is a good way to get cells, especially with metallics. But I found I didn't like that big white spot in the painting in the middle there. So I'm going to touch up the sides, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a complementary color, which is purple. I'm going to touch up that corner there. I didn't want to stretch out too much of that corner because I really, really wanted to keep that beautiful green webbing, which you'll see a little bit better in some of the close-ups. What I wanted to do was just take a little bit of the purple and go through that white, the white block that's in the middle. So here we go. I just poured a little bit of purple, a little bit of magenta in there. I got mostly purple, probably from the way I did the ribbon. And that kind of just chunks up a little bit of that white. It probably doesn't look like too much white to the viewers, but I had a very specific vision in mind. And I think next time I do this, I'm not going to put white on the bottom. I'm going to add it more towards the middle and hopefully get some better ribbons. So again, filled my cup with some pink and some purple. Careful. It's so nerve-wracking to put the ribbons in. It's a hard decision. All right, that looks pretty good. Passed me. Good job on that little ribbon. I think adding ribbons is very fun, and it just takes your painting to a better level, a different level, I think. Especially if the composition is lacking a little bit, you can decide, you know what? This needs more shape, this needs more movement. You can just add a few yourself. It is very scary because you want to ruin what you already have. But I have found that more often than not, I am happy with adding ribbons. I have not yet regretted it. Although you'll see at the end, I think I fussed with this painting a little bit too much. Ooh, look at how focused I am. Yeah, put that ribbon down. That was some focus. Now I actually like how it was right here, but for some reason I went a little overboard with the ribbons. I did fuss with it. I think I should have stopped here, but I didn't. I didn't stop here, you guys. I put some red in there. So this is my favorite part. This is not the part I fudged with yet. This is where some of the green, the pinks, and the purples really got beautiful. Little close-up of part of the corner there. And then in a second, I'll show you guys the entire thing. So yeah, I do like how this turned out. As you can see, I added even more purple, even more pink. I added a little bit of red as well, Bordeaux red from Arteza, because I just felt that the red and this type of green I used was very complementary. Again, this is a little more floral than I would like, and I think I probably put too many ribbons in here. I think maybe they got a little thick for my liking. But I'm still really happy with this. It's super cool. I love that I did it on a 20 by 20 gallery wrapped. And I do recommend, when you're confident enough with your fluid art skills, to go for a gallery wrapped canvas, because it brings your paintings up to a professional level. And it's just really good quality. I super recommend that. So this was the final result. I'm definitely going to be doing this again. I love doing this type of pour. I love working with ribbons and different colors that I wouldn't normally layer. As you can see, there's not a lot of mud here just because of the way that the pour went. So definitely be brave. Use those strange colors you wouldn't normally mix together. Do your infinity pour and just go crazy with it. It's super fun, and the results are wild. I love it. I adore it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.